Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So over on the Pro Wrestling Shoots YouTube channel, he had an interview with two developers, one for the Creation Suite and one for the Universe mode. We got a lot of new information. Now, I'm not going to steal like every bit of information and make a video out of it like most people would. I'm just going to pick the things that stuck out to me the most, and I encourage you to go check out his interview because it's a great interview, and just send him some love, send us some traffic, tell him I sent you. Anyway, with that being said, here are the things that stuck out to me, and also because they didn't really say that much new stuff for the Creation Suite, I'm going to tack that onto this video. I was going to make 3 separate videos, but there is a rumored ringside report. Ringside report. I get ringside pass and ringside report mixed up every time I say it. Ringside report for the Creation Suite, supposedly tomorrow. I might have to skip work tomorrow just so I can cover it for you guys. Anyway, without further ado, let's go over the information that stuck out to me the most, the things I'm most excited for, and then we'll discuss. Alright, so these are my major favorite things from the interview over on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Shout out to them once again. There's a new feature that during a promo, you can have the option to turn heel or face within that promo. Kind of like in the GM mode where you have set roles, and when you do your little bonus things, you have your 4 matches, and then you have the 3 bonus things you could do. So you can do training, you could do promo, now you can do invasion arcs. Go check out my GM video. I just made a huge video on that. That was the last video. So I'm assuming, or I'm just coming to the conclusion, that now Universe will have set heel and face parameters or roles, if you will. If that's the case, that'll make Universe mode a lot more dynamic, and certain like actions and stuff should really play out, because I've had my babyface character, my main character, come out and just be a heel like that. Come on. It doesn't make any sense. He's my main babyface and the crowd's booing him as he's coming to the ring. I'm like, okay, so maybe this is a new role system, or they're taking the role system from my GM and putting their own twist on it. That sounds awesome to me, because then you could really flush out your roster for who's babyface, who's heel. I really like that. I think that's really cool. So if I'm reading this correctly or understanding this correctly, I think that we're going to have a role system for babyface and heels in Universe mode, kind of like my GM. All right, the next thing was championship. Your title will actually be on you, and you'll be carrying it to the ring during your promos. That's really cool. I didn't even, my brain didn't even register that in the last game. I'm like, wait a minute. You didn't have your championship when you were doing a promo as the champion? Huh. I never clicked with my brain. Okay, so yeah. So that's a really cool new feature. Something I wasn't even aware of. I've been so checked out with 2K25. Like, I made my characters. I made about 20 of them. I played it for 150 hours. I played through My Rise. I played a little bit of Island mode. I played a little bit of GM mode. I didn't play my faction at all. I don't even think I completed the first tour. I played, what else did I play? I spent most of those hours just making wrestlers. I've made 6, 7 of my main 2 characters this year. Normally I make 50 different wrestlers. So I spent most of my time just making wrestlers this year. I've hardly touched any mode. And Universe mode, I had it all set up. I had it all ready to go. It works fine now that the new game is about to come out. And it wouldn't save or allow me to do intergender world championship matches. It kept screwing that up, and it wouldn't let me do a tag team division. It kept deleting my tag team division. So I threw my hands up, and I'm like, you know what? I'll wait till they fix it, or I'll just wait till next year. And since we're, like I said, 2-3 weeks away, waiting till next year. But all these new additions sound phenomenal. And on top of that, we're getting body morphing, all this other kind of stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm ecstatic. I am super happy. I literally just pre-ordered the game this morning. I got it for PlayStation 5. I'll probably get it for PC so I can do some stuff with Mr. Dubs and Kenny Baum and anybody else who wants to join in. Hopefully, just send me a message over on X. If you want to do something on this channel or hang out with me or just play the game, just message me. I'm a nice guy. Don't let the beer scare you away. It's a nice beer. There's not a fist like Chuck Norris going to come out and punch you in the face. It's nothing like that. Anyway. So what's cool about this title thing is during the promos, let's say you come out and challenge, or you come out to do a promo against a champion. You can challenge them for the championship. And as the person that has the championship, you could be like, yeah, let's do it right now as a fighting champion. Or you could be a heel and be like, no, we ain't doing this. We're doing this on my terms, my terms, my time. We're gonna do it at the pay-per-view, right? Because he's like a prize fighter or whatever. You can have fun with it. Let your imagination go wild. I love this kind of stuff. I think it's freaking awesome. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about Universe Mo, because I don't want to take too much from his interview, was there's post-match interviews. So after you win your match, you get to do an interview, and that's really cool. And people can run in and interrupt your interview, it sounds like. You can declare, I'm going to go for this championship. I just beat so-and-so. I want this a shot at this title. They can come out and be like, no, or they can come out and be like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, you've earned it. Let's do this title match at the pay-per-view. I think that's a really cool touch. If I'm understanding correctly, I'm super happy about this. Like, Universe Mode is the mode I always end up at after I've done everything else because I want to unlock everything to make my characters. What sucks to me is I just want to jump in Universe Mode. I wish I could just bring my characters over from the last game so I could just jump in the Universe Mode, set it all up, and get going. That sounds awesome to me. So those are the things I really wanted to cover. There was a ton of other information in there in his interview. There was stuff about the draft. There was stuff about the wizard mechanic and how that works and functions a little bit. Go check out his interview with the devs. Great stuff. Now, on to the Creation Suite news here. So he did touch on the Create an Arena and that it's finally getting some, it sounds like a new interface or a new way to control. Because if you've gone in there in the Create an Arena, it is a mess. Like, it is a pain in the butt. Once you've set up stuff and you go back to edit it, you're like, okay, where was that one thing that I wanted to change? And if you're not careful, it'll screw the whole thing up. And you kind of have to go back through step by step and try to recreate what you did. It's a mess. It's been a mess for a long time, ever since 2K, I want to say 2K20. And they haven't really fixed it. It's been slowly getting worse each game. So it sounds like they're finally went in there and they're getting the groundwork set. Now, we made it sound like it's not a major, huge overhaul. It does sound like it's like setting themselves up for the future. But the fact that they're going in there and they're trying to fix the interface and they did say there's more parts in there for the arena. This is the beginning of it. And I'm very happy about that. So don't expect like a major overhaul. But they did touch it this year. So it should function a lot better than it has in the past. And it also is getting new parts, like I said, and LED barricades. He said that was the most requested feature for Create an Arena, so that'll be freaking awesome. Hopefully we can put our own video in there. I know PC players will do this with mods. It'd be cool to just have like your own video feed there. Like, let's say I can have my channel opening main event thing icon and just have that going, like a little animation going on over and over again to really promote, like, let's say if you're a YouTuber, your channel. That'd be really cool. Now, the next thing he touched on was create a championship. The only thing he really said about that was there's going to be more parts to choose from to create your championship. He didn't really say anything about like more material options, which I hope counts as parts. Who knows? But hopefully we get some more material options. That'd be really cool. The last thing he touched on is he reiterated what he said in Brian's interview. Shout out to just Brian about the body morphing. But he didn't clarify because I don't think the pro wrestling shoot spends that much time in the creation suite. I think he's more of like actual gameplay and using the in-game wrestlers. He's not like part of the creation community like, you know, like me and What's the Status. Although What's the Status is way more advanced than I am when it comes to creating characters. Anyway, with that being said, I was really hoping he asked the question. What I was wondering is it slider based? Basically, where you take the slider, like in some creation modes for games with a created character, where you take the slider and you move it back and forth and increases and decreases the size. Is it that way, or is it where you select one of those sections that's in that image, the only image we have so far, and as you select an image, it opens up like a selection, kind of like when you're looking at all the different T-shirts and stuff, and it just has like 20 different arm sizes, stuff like that. Now that's not a game breaker or a game killer for me. I'll take it. But what if you get in there, you open it up, and there's only 7 biceps to pick from, or 2 necks to pick from, or 4 legs to pick from? I don't think they do that with all the other stuff that's been going on with this game. I think they went the extra mile and did, like, if it is built that way with selections, I have a feeling there's going to be at least 20 for each one, and that'll be awesome. What I hope doesn't happen is that if it is that way, it just takes all the body types that we have right now and just allows you to just, like I said in another video, Frankenstein it all together and just create your wrestler, right? What I was really hoping for was the slider that was crazy like in the old games where you could literally make one arm small and one arm huge, but then that would totally break the game with what they're trying to go for. And that would probably break every single creation suite part too. So the more I think about this as I'm making this video, it kind of has to be the pre-selected parts, doesn't it? Because that would mean that all the creation suite parts that they've already made will still be compatible with your created wrestler, because it's already designed to scale for those pre-selected body parts, if that makes sense. So the more I think about this, the more that makes sense. And as I said earlier, I'm okay with that. I'll take it. I would love the slider option, but this might be better because maybe that'll give us more options via that way by having a huge list of different things you can pick versus just a slider that has a limiter on it. So I don't know. I'm just curious what's the direction they're going with that, because if it is the pre-selected body parts type, they could just keep adding to that pool forever. In fact, as I keep making this video, I kind of want that, because then you could add like 100 different ones a couple games from now for each section, and that'd be way better if you think about that, because then you have all these different options. Although you think it'd be easier for them to just have a slider in there, wouldn't it? I'm not a game dev, I have no idea, but that's definitely food for thought. Anyway, so what do you make of all this? I am super happy that the Creation Suite is getting a ringside report tomorrow. I was kind of hoping it was today, but on top of everything else, I'm kind of glad there's not more stuff to cover today, because, very long day. Anyway, once again, shout outs to Pro Wrestling Shoot. Go check out his interview. I'll leave a link in the description down below. And keep an eye on my channel for tons of information when it comes to Creation Suite tomorrow as the information drops. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me for this wild ride that is 2K26. And as always, stay frosty.